That's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed. Tie game. 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice tags out Trey Cluxton right. Ground ball right back to Jackie. Bobbles the ball. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later. 2.
And he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. Zach Hall, what a play!
Oh, a moonshot. Oh, he robbed it. What a catch. What a catch.
Bears coming home. And he hits it. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's advancing it all. I don't know if I like it. Oh! He got him. Oh my God! He brought the play before he was there.
Cash Aubrey switched the first. Flare it up. What a play from Peter McNeil. In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed. Tie game. 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice tags out Trey Cluxton right. Ground ball right back to Jackie. Bobbles the ball. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later. 2.
And he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Rice.
in play. That's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice takes out Trey Cluxton right. Ground ball right back to Jackie. Bobbles the ball. Flicks it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Crotch, get out, ball later. 2. In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed. Tie game. 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice takes out Trey Cluxton right. Flicks it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Crotch, get out, ball later.
He might have just missed it. Got it wrong from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. That's all on the play.
In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed. Tie game. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
To that. What a play over at third.
That's in play, and he might have just missed it. Caught it wrong from Jordan Rice.
Crotch, get out, ball later.
And that ball is
the first. Oh, a moonshot. Oh, he rolled it. Flare it up. What a play from Peter McNeil.
Welcome back, AWA fans, to AWA Field. We're here for Wednesday night wiffle ball between the Eastern Enforcers and the Southern Stingers, a rematch of the 2022 World Series. The Stingers ended up pulling out a win in that 2022 World Series, but here we are, two squads facing back at it again here tonight. Going to be a good matchup. Both teams have records below 500 this season. The Enforcers sitting at 5-7 on the year, and the Stingers sitting at 4-8. Both teams will be looking to try to get close to or get back to 500 this season. Looking at the starting lineups for tonight. For the Southern Stingers, we're going to have Jordan Rice leading it off. Barrett Carlo will DH. Drew Tenzar at second, hitting third. Cole Blevins hitting fourth, playing first. And Peter McNeil on the mound pitching for the Stingers. That's your Stingers starting lineup for tonight. And for the Eastern Enforcers, we have Jake Oliver leading off. Drew Williams hitting second and playing second. Brock Playhouse, the DH tonight. Chase Winkler hitting fourth, playing first. And Josh Gradwell will be on the mound for game number 1 for the Enforcers. Those are your starting lineups tonight. The broadcast crew, I'm Mark Campanero, joined alongside Tom Playhouse with me on color tonight. And we have Peter McNeil down with our own Molly Foley on the field for an interview.
What's up, ballers? Hey, everyone, it's Molly Foley. Tonight, I'm joined with Peter McNeil, captain of the Southern Stingers. Peter, I understand that tonight's matchup with the Eastern Enforcers is a rematch of the 2022 AWA World Series. And that, in fact, is a game that you played in. So how have the teams shifted from 2022 now to what we'll see tonight in 2023?
I mean, this is the same squad we had that won that World Series against these guys. So, you know, we got all the same guys. We're kind of going up against all the same guys, too. I think they got the same squad as well. So, should be a good rematch, you know, and that was a very evenly matched series. So, it'll be interesting to see how it goes today.
Yeah, looking forward to a good matchup tonight as well. And I do have to notice you are not wearing your knee brace tonight. What's going on? Are you feeling better or just something else?
No, I just forgot it. I just didn't bring it today. So, yeah, just being forgetful. But I think I'll be okay without it.
Wow, all the fans out here thinking, oh, it's a remarkable recovery for Peter. He's healed. But no, I'm looking forward to a good showing tonight. And good luck, Peter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mark.
From Southern Stingers team captain Peter McNeil. And yeah, I mean, we saw that there. No knee brace for Peter tonight. That's the first time in a long time he hasn't worn it, and not going to be sporting it tonight. I guess he just forgot it.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't want to re-injure that or aggravate that injury.
Yeah, that was pretty ugly a couple of seasons ago. Peter McNeil just about, I think he popped his knee out of his socket a couple of seasons ago. That was a pretty brutal injury, but he's doing okay now for the Stingers, and they're definitely going to need him this series, you know, playing against the Eastern Enforcers, who had a really rough start to the season. They were 0-6 to begin the year. They're now sitting at 5-7, and they're definitely rolling over the last couple of series. So they're looking to get to 500 tonight and possibly even go for a sweep and get above 500. First pitch of game number 1 will start here momentarily. Josh Gradwell will be on the mound for the Enforcers. And we're about to start first pitch here momentarily.
Hey, let's get going. Let's get going.
Josh Gradwell again on the mound here tonight. Gradwell with a 2-4 record on the season. ERA of a 2.78. Facing Jordan Rice. Going to lead it off here for the Stingers. First pitch to Rice is inside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Drop gets Rice to chase. It's now 1-1. Swing and a miss there from Rice. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rice one home run on the year, 6 RBIs, hitting .314 as he fouls that one back. 1 ball and 2 strikes remains the count. Swing and a miss, and Rice strikes out for the first out here in the top of the first. Josh Gradwall faces a batter and strikes out the first guy he sees. Drew Tenzar now stepping in for the Stingers.
Yeah, Josh hides the ball really well. It looks like he's almost spinning out towards second base on his delivery. So, I don't know, maybe some deception there. So far looking good.
Slider is in there to Tenzar. Good pitch there from Gradwall, 0-1. And Tenzar fouls that one off. It's now 0-2. Tenzar does very well to hold off there. He wanted to go. Ends up not going around. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tad high there from Gradwall evens the count at 2-2. Again, Gradwall with a 2.78 ERA despite a 2-4 record on the season. He's been effective, just the enforcers just haven't been able to get that run support they needed. Ground ball down the third base line. That's a fair ball. That'll be a single for Drew Tenzar. It's a fair ball down the third base line.
That's a tough play. That hit the root, jumped up. No.
Yeah, it was fair. It stayed on the right side of the line.
Yeah, hit the root and kind of ricocheted back in. Either way, that's going to be a... Oh.
And it looks like we have a little bit of technical difficulties here in the productions booth. We're gonna take a short break here. Runner on first for the Stingers, 1 out. We'll be back momentarily. In which the Stingers ended up winning. Forcers trying to get some payback tonight and try to get to 500. Peter McNeil steps in for the Stingers. First pitch to McNeil hits the zone, strike 1. Josh Gradwall been very effective here tonight so far. And McNeil goes around there. Oh, no balls and 2 strikes.
I tied him up right there.
Just a tad high. Ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes here to McNeil. Swing and a miss, and Peter McNeil chasing at that high fastball strikes out for the second out here in the inning. Barrett Carlo will step up to the plate now for the Stingers. First pitch to Carlo is outside. Ball 1. Inside for ball 2. 2-0 now here to Carlo. Carlo with a .435 average, 4 RBIs as that's ripped over the head of Chase Winkler for a single. Great hit there by Carlo.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there. That was a great pitch. 2-0. Drop ball. Squared it up.
Runners now on first and second for the Stingers. Cole Blevins to the plate as he looks at ball 1. Ground ball right back to Josh Gradwell on the mound. He throws over to first and is able to get Blevins for the 3rd out. No runs score here in the top of the first for the Stingers. It's 0-0. Go to the bottom of the first here in game number 1. Drew Williams leads it off here for the Enforcers as he looks at ball 1. Outside again, ball 2. 2-0 here to Williams. Inside, ball 3. 3-0. Hits the zone. Good pitch there from Peter McNeil. 3 balls and 1 strike. That's ripped to deep center, and that is out of here. Drew Williams. Solo home run, and he puts the Enforcers up on the board early. It's 1-0. Here in the bottom of the first, Williams goes deep to center for a solo home run.
Got himself in a hitter's count and didn't miss that pitch at all.
That's Drew Williams' first home run of the season.
Wow.
Pretty crazy stat there, as Drew Williams was one of the home run leaders last season in the AWA. First home run of the year, and it came at a great time for the Enforcers as they now have a 1-0 lead here against the Stingers. Jake Oliver steps up to the plate, who has been great this season. Oliver has 6 home runs, 18 RBIs on the season, hitting .375 as Peter McNeil is able to connect on that pitch. 0-2. Oliver fouls that one off, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes here to Jake Oliver. Jake is tied for the lead in home runs this season. Jake Oliver also the 2022 MVP just a season ago. So he looks at ball 2 there. 2 balls and 2 strikes, now the count. That's fouled off. Count remains 2-2. Curveball hits Oliver on the back, and the count is now full. And Peter McNeil trying to be careful here, pitching to Jake Oliver, former MVP. Curveball gets Oliver to chase for strike 3. Peter McNeil ends up winning that battle, and there's now 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
Great pitch, had to battle back. That was a great drop ball right there. No shot.
Josh Gradwell will step up for the Enforcers. Curveball is inside. Ball 1-1-0. That's ripped down the third base side. It's foul, and Josh Gradwall has been one of the most unlucky players this season in the AWA. Gradwall still looking for that first home run of the season. No home runs on the year for Josh Gradwall. 4 RBIs, hitting .273 on the season. As that's fouled back into the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And although he doesn't have a home run on the year, has hit multiple foul ball home runs. And he's been counting. He just told us it's been 8. 8 foul ball home runs. Does well to hold off there. Full count. Now here to Gradwall. In there for strike 3. McNeil freezes Gradwall on a riser. And that's back-to-back strikeouts now for Peter McNeil. 2 away in the bottom of the first. Chase Winkler up to the dish now for the Enforcers. Winkler been very productive this season for this Enforcer squad. 4 home runs on the year, 12 RBIs, hitting .323. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Chase Winkler. Just a bit low. 2-1. Riser is low. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Winkler. Swing and a miss. A great pitch from Peter McNeil. Nice slider there. Gets Winkler to swing and miss. Count is now full. Just a tad high there. Chase Winkler works a walk, and the Enforcers get a runner on with 2 away. Brock Blehaus stepping up to the plate for his first at-bat.
Yep, Brock's back in town, so he's going to be DHing. He's down in Bend all spring. He's back. We'll see what he can do. That's kind of struggled, hasn't he? I don't know what his average is.
Been a little bit of a tough season this year for Blehaus as he hits one over to Jordan Rice, and Rice able to get the out on Brock Blehaus. That's out number 3. No runs score here in the bottom of the first, or 1 run scores in the bottom of the first for the Enforcers. A solo home run from Drew Williams. It's 1-0 Enforcers. We go to the top of the second here in game 1. Jordan Rice steps up to the plate for the Stingers to lead it off here in the top of the second. Slider there from Josh Gradwall. Strike 1. Ground ball right back to Josh Gradwall. It's off his hands. Oliver backed him up, but the throw was offline to Drew Williams. Jordan Rice be credited with a single on that play. Runner on first now for the Stingers. Nobody out. Drew Tenzar steps in.
Looks like it hit that gravel and just took a bad hop. Kind of ate him up a little bit.
It's a difficult play there for Gradwall as throws a first pitch strike to Tenzar. Ground ball down the first base side to Drew Williams, and Drew Tenzar is safe. He beats it out. A tough, slow grounder right over to Drew Williams at first, and Tenzar able to get there just before Williams stepped on the bag.
Yeah, Drew hustling down the line there, didn't have much of a play. Maybe should have tried to fire it at him, but kind of in between there on that.
Pitch here to Peter McNeil. The ball is smashed in midair. Jake Oliver diving to try to catch it and not able to get it, but steps on second for the out on Tenzar. Runners on first and third now for the Enforcers. Barrett Carlos steps up to the plate. First pitch from Gradwall is inside. Second pitch is inside as well. 2-0 here to Carlo. What a single in his first at bat. That's ripped to deep left center over Jake Oliver's head. That's going to score a run. McNeil rounding second and going to third. An RBI double for Carlo. And the game is now tied 1-1 here in the top of the second. An RBI double for Barrett Carlo, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double.
Stingers are swinging the bat well today.
Yes, they are.
Putting a lot of balls in play.
Cole Blevins looks at ball one here from Josh Gradwall. Popped up in foul territory, and that'll get out of play. Strike one, 1-1 now to Blevins. Popped up into the air, that's playable. Drew Williams is right underneath it, he makes the grab. Peter McNeil faking like he's tagging to go home, and it was a good idea for him to go back, as he would have absolutely been out. 2 away.
Not sure I'd be testing that knee on that play, but
yeah, I'd have to agree. Looks
like he's stretching it out there. Hopefully he's fine.
2 outs now for Jordan Rice. Great pitch there from Gradwall. Gets Rice to swing and miss, 0-1. Another swing and miss from Jordan Rice, and it's now 0-2. Just a tad inside for ball one. Stingers looking to take the lead here in the second. Ground ball over to Jake Oliver at short. He throws and hits Barrett Carlo for the out. 1 run scores here in the top of the second for the Stingers. It's 1-1. We go to the bottom of the second here in game number 1. Drew Williams steps up to the plate here for the Enforcers. Curveball, great one there from Peter McNeil, gets Williams to swing and miss. Another curveball just missing outside. Drew Williams went deep against Peter McNeil in his first at-bat, first home run of the 2023 season for Drew Williams. Ground ball to Barrett Carlo at first. He's able to step on the bag and get Drew Williams for the out. 1 away here in the inning. Jake Oliver will step up to the plate now for the Enforcers. First pitch here to Oliver is a tad low for ball one. You know, can't say enough good things about Jake Oliver and how much he means to this Enforcers team as he fouls that one back. 1-1.
He's always been probably one of the best top 2 or 3 players in the league for the last 3-4 years.
Popped up into the air. Peter McNeil coming on. He makes the grab for out number 2. Always a good thing to get Jake Oliver out in any situation. And Peter McNeil is now retired. Jake Oliver in his first 2 at-bats here today. Josh Gradwall will step up to the plate now for the Enforcers. Curveball.
Ooh, tough pitch. Lots of movement on that pitch.
Really good curveball there from McNeil, 0-1. Pitch is low from McNeil, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls that one back. 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Gradwall. Curveball. Gradwall able to foul that one off. 1-2. Nobody on. 2 away in the bottom of the second. We're all tied up here in game number 1. 1-1 is the score.
Ooh, laid off that one. That slow curve was looking pretty good.
2-2. Now the count to Gradwall. Fouls that one back, and Gradwall really fighting here against Peter McNeil. Holds off on that one for ball 3. Count is now full. 3-2, 2 away, nobody on. And Gradwall goes around for strike 3. Nobody scores here in the bottom of the second. 1-1 remains the score. We go to the final inning here in game number 1. Take a look at your screen. Make sure you go to playertrader.net/AWA to play fantasy wiffle ball this season. You can choose your favorite wiffle ball players, plug them into your lineup, and the team with the highest scoring points every week will be able to win prizes. Make sure you go to playertrader.net/AWA to play today. Drew Tenzar up for the Stingers. As Gradwall's able to drop one in there for strike 1. 0-1 now to Tenzar. Tad outside there. Ball 1, 1-1.
Oh.
That hits Tenzar on the back of the head. That does not feel good. We'll see what Tenzar can do here. We've had a history in the AWA of people getting hit in the head with a wiffle ball and then going yard the next pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Tenzar. And that is too far inside for ball 3. Swing and a miss from Tenzar. The count is now full. 3-2 from Gradwall. Ground ball right over to Chase Winkler. He throws to first. It's offline. And Drew Tenzar get on with an infield single. 1 on, nobody out for Barrett Carlo, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a single and an RBI double. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm joking. It's going to be Peter McNeil up to the plate for the Stingers. Peter McNeil is up to the plate for the Stingers. Big swing and a miss there. First pitch, 0-1. That's in there for a strike, and McNeil now behind 0-2. Fouls that one off. Good job there from Peter McNeil, able to stay alive.
That looked like the injury swing there. I was worried about that pivot on that foot.
I know. It's
you need to be careful without your brace at home in your bedroom. Yeah.
Can never be too careful, as that's behind McNeil for ball 1. 1-2. Ground ball right back to Gradwall on the mound. It gets past him. Oliver throws to first, and Drew Williams just can't hang on to it. Might have had a chance if Drew Williams would have been able to catch that, but Jake Oliver threw it pretty fast there. It was tough to handle. Tenzar advances from second to third on the throw, and there's now runners at the corners for Barrett Carlo. Carlo been hot here today against Josh Gradwall. 2 for 2 on the day. Double and a single, RBI. Rip down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. And Tenzar does well to not go home there. That'll be a single for Barrett Carlo. He's now 3 for 3 in this game. And Cole Blevins is going to step up to the plate. Nobody out. And the base is loaded. Pitch too high there from Gradwall. Yeah, but he's Cole Blevins looks at ball 2. Swing and a miss there for strike 1. 2-1. And the Stingers have the go-ahead run now, just 45 feet away at third base. Swing and a miss from Cole Blevins, 2-2. Cole Blevins strikes out swinging. Out number 1. 1 away, bases loaded for Jordan Rice.
Hey, Haley,
top of the third, right? Okay, thank you. I just forgot to change that. One away here in the top of the third. Jordan Rice up with the bases loaded. Stingers trying to get that go-ahead run in. Right up the middle over to Jake Oliver. He steps on second, gets the out on Carlo, but the go-ahead run comes in for the Stingers. They now lead it 2-1 here in the top of the third. Good job there from Jordan Rice driving in a run.
Bases loaded, no out. You got to score one at least. You can't just let them off the hook there.
You can't. You can't. Drew Tenzar looks at ball one.
Looks like they're playing the shift here.
Ground ball over to Chase Winkler. He's able to step on second and get the out on Jordan Rice, but the Stingers are able to get a run in the top of the third. They take the lead. It's 2-1. Go to the bottom of the third here in game number one. Chase Winkler up for the Enforcers. Here in the bottom of the third as he looks at ball number 1-1-0. Tad inside there, 2 balls, no strikes. Hits the zone, great pitch there from Peter McNeil, 2-1. Fouls that one back. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Chase Winkler. Enforcers down a run here in the bottom of the third. Neal throws that one too far outside. Full count.
Chase is usually up in the booth, so I'm in this place, the B team. So anyway.
Yeah. Chase Winkler, normally our color guy. Tom Blayhouse stepping in for him tonight. Too low there to Winkler, and the Enforcers get the tying run on at first base. Brock Blayhouse is going to step up for the Enforcers, and Blayhouse has struggled mightily this season for the Enforcers, hitting .233 on the year, 3 RBIs, still looking for that first home run. This is a crucial situation here for the Enforcers, as Brock Blayhouse is now looking at an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, and Blayhouse strikes out on 3 pitches. It's been a tough season so far for Brock Blayhouse. Drew Williams steps up to the plate, solo home run in his first at-bat of the ball game. As the only run driven in for the Enforcers as McNeil throws a curveball outside to him. Too far inside there, 2-0. Again, another ball from McNeil, and Drew Williams now looking at a 3-0 count. Way too high, a 4-pitch walk to Drew Williams. Runners now on first and second for the Enforcers, and Jake Oliver is going to step in a critical situation.
It's a big spot right here. Got the tying run at second base.
Tying run on at second, winning run on at first, and the 2022 MVP steps up to the plate for the Enforcers. Oliver leads the league, tied the league lead with 6 home runs on the year. A no pitch there, so the count is still no balls, no strikes. Curveball gets Oliver to chase right there. 0-1.
Ooh, looks like he had a pitch to hit there.
Jake Oliver definitely wishes he had that one back. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from McNeil is too far inside for ball 1, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Jake Oliver. a big strikeout for Peter McNeil. McNeil has done well against Jake Oliver here tonight. He's retired him first 3 times he's faced him. Josh Gradwell now steps in for the Enforcers. Enforcers down to their final out here in game number 1. Josh Gradwell trying to drive in at least a run to tie this ball game up. Ground ball right back to McNeil on the mound, and he is not going to be able to make a play as McNeil slipped off of the mound, wasn't able to field it cleanly there. He's now going to face Chase Winkler, who's been a massive threat for the Enforcers this season. 4 home runs, 12 RBIs on the year, hitting .323. Second on the team in home runs for the Enforcers. Definitely not somebody you want to face in a bases loaded situation. You're only up a run. First pitch to Winkler hits the zone for strike 1.
61.
No pitch, too fast on the gun, so the count remains no balls and no strikes. And Chase Winkler has done it. He goes opposite field for a walk-off grand slam, and the Enforcers win it here 5-2. In the bottom of the 3rd, Chase Winkler, his 5th home run on the year, a grand slam, a walk-off grand slam, and just when the Stingers thought they had game number 1 won, the Enforcers come back and win it 5-2 here in the bottom of the 3rd.
What a spot there. Couldn't hit in BP, and he comes out here and hits a grand slam to win the game. That was pretty impressive.
Impressive there from Chase Winkler, and the Enforcers win game number 1. Final score of 5-2. 5-2. Enforcers win it, and you know, can't say enough good things about Chase Winkler and this Enforcer squad. They have been hot since starting off the year 0-6.
That's awesome.
We have Chase Winkler wearing the Dinger King helmet down on the field with our own Molly Foley.
What's up, ballers? Hey, everyone. I'm here with Chase Winkler of Eastern Enforcers, who just led his team to a win with the walk-off grand slam to wrap things up 5-2. Chase, what are you thinking?
Great pitch. Didn't kind of blacked out, honestly. Just first 2 at-bats, just battling with Peter really hard, and that 3rd at-bat I was just ready and got the pitch and just put a good swing on it.
Congratulations. How are you going to carry the momentum now into game 2 tonight?
You know, I'm trying to catch Jake in home runs on the team, so that's chipping away, 1 away, so I just hopefully keep that going.
Awesome. Love a little friendly competition. Good luck, Chase. Thank you.
Thank you.
All you just heard from Chase Winkler, walk-off grand slam for the Enforcers. Impressive there. We're about to get game number 2 started here of the 3-game series. Stingers looking to tie this series up at 1 game apiece. We'll be starting here momentarily. There you have Brock Blehaus on your screen. Got some nice hair, Brock Blehaus.
Yeah, he's sporting the flow there. It looks pretty good, you know.
You know, might not have any home runs on the year, only 3 RBIs, but when you got hair like that, it doesn't really matter, right?
I think so, yeah.
Bringing the headband out, it looks like. About to get game number 2 started here between the Enforcers and the Stingers. If you're just joining us, the Enforcers won game 1 on a walk-off home run by Chase Winkler. walk-off grand slam home run. Enforcers won game 1, final score of 5-2. Jake Oliver will be on the mound for the Enforcers here in game 2. Jordan Rice leads it off for the Stingers.
Great 1-2 punch. Come in here with Jake and then Josh. That's a pretty good starting rotation.
And that's why I think a lot of people were pretty surprised when the Enforcers started off 0-6. But since starting off 0-6, they've only lost 1 game, as that's ripped down the third baseline past Chase Winkler. Rice rounding
he wants
first,
more.
heading for second, and Brock Playhouse just can't hold on there and get the tag on Rice. A leadoff double for Jordan Rice. And the Stingers, just like that, get a runner in scoring position for Drew Tenzar.
Took the extra base there, being aggressive on the base paths. Oh.
First pitch hits Tenzar on the back. Ball 1-0. Second pitch a tad high there. 2 balls, no strikes. Big swing and a miss there from Tenzar. First strike of the at-bat, 2-1. Drop is too low there, and it's now 3-1 here to Tenzar. Tenzar leads the Stingers in home runs on the year, as that is popped up over Winkler, and Winkler makes the diving catch. What a play there from Chase Winkler, who's not only doing it at the plate, but also doing it in the field, making a great grab for the Enforcers. It's the first out.
That looked like there was going to be a drive into the gap there, and it just kind of hung up there for a little bit, and he got underneath it.
Tenzar smashed the ball in midair, and the ball just died. So it was heading out there to center into the gap, and Winkler, with the good range, was able to make the diving catch for out number 1. Peter McNeil up to the plate now for the Stingers as he looks at ball 1-0.
It's almost like we've had some warm weather, and it seems like it's colder. That ball just kind of hung up in that marine air. It didn't look like it had a chance to get to the wall. But it just died.
Definitely a little bit of a colder day here in the Pacific Northwest. And when it gets cold here, that ball just tends to not fly like it normally would in the nice warm sun. Peter McNeil's looking at a 3-0 count. Decides to give a courtesy 3-0 swing there to Oliver. It's now 3-1. Too far inside for ball 4. Peter McNeil walks. Runners now on first and second for the Stingers. 1 away. Stingers trying to get an early lead here in the top of the first, and Barrett Carlo will step up to the plate. Carlo went 3 for 3 in the last game. 2 singles and an RBI double.
Been very dangerous at the plate. We'll see what he can do against Jake here.
First pitch from Oliver is too far outside for ball 1. Again, too far outside. 2-0, and Jake Oliver
kind of struggling with the command right now.
Been a little bit of a tougher season for him. He's rocking a 4.67 ERA. A little bit higher for Jake Oliver. Generally has that lower. He's 3-3 on the season pitching. 3-0 here to Barrett Carlo.
Ooh, that's a
slider
tough
hits
pitch.
the zone. Good pitch there. 3 balls, 1 strike. Another great slider from Oliver, and the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. (3-2) here to Barrett Carlo. Runners on first and second, 1 away in the top of the first of game 2. Enforcers have a 1-game lead here in the series. The pitch to Carlo gets him to swing and miss. Great job there from Jake Oliver as Carlo is in a 3-0 count. And Oliver comes all the way back to strike him out. 2 away in the top of the first. Cole Blevins stepping up for the Stingers. First pitch hits Blevins. Ball 1, 1-0. That pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes here to Cole Blevins. Cole Blevins trying to get it going here for the Stingers. Been a little bit of a tougher going for him at the plate this season. So that's sliders in there for strike 1. Hitting 125 on the season, only an RBI, no home runs. 2-1 here to Blevins. Is a ground ball down the first baseline that'll be foul.
Just barely foul. Looked like it was going to spin in. Cole could use a break, you know. Kind of struggling. Needs to have a little luck, maybe to break him out of his slump.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Blevins. Two and 2, runners on first and second, 2 away. Pitch to Cole Blevins. It's a slow changeup, and Cole fools him. He goes around for out number 3. No run score in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first here in game 2. Ball 1 here to Drew Williams. Leads it off. Jordan Rice on the mound for the Stingers.
Busting out the knuckleball.
Ground ball over to Cole Blevins at third. That's going to be a tough play, and
Yeah,
Drew Williams is going to make it over there with no throw.
Any slow roller you're on, if you hustle down the line, you just got no shot.
Drew Williams is on. Nobody out. Jake Oliver up to the plate. Knuckleball to Oliver gets him to swing. 0-1. Jordan Rice's pitching stats on the year, he's 2-3 with a 3.42 ERA, so he's been very solid on the year for the Stingers as that's outside.
Yeah, if he gets that knuckleball going, they're going to be in trouble.
One of the toughest pitches to hit in the AWA.
Looks like he's got it dialed in early.
Another low pitch there for a ball. And that's ball 3 here to Jake Oliver. Popped up over to Barrett Carlo on the first base side, and he's not able to get there in time. And that would have been a key out for the Stingers.
Yeah.
Jake Oliver is going to get a new life here, full count.
See if Jake makes him pay for that. There's a lot of stuff down that line to run into and trip and get hurt, so I don't blame him for not, running full speed into the brick wall.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not. Definitely wouldn't have been a good decision.
No, you don't want to get hurt out here.
Full count here to Jake Oliver, and that's low and in the dirt for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for the Enforcers to lead it off here in the bottom of the first. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Josh Gradwall stepping up to the plate. Ball 1 here to Gradwall. Fouls that one back. 1 ball and 1 strike. One here to Gradwall. Hits the top part of the zone. Great pitch from Jordan Rice. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Too far inside there. 2-2. Knuckleball is high. Full count.
Looks like he's trying to make an adjustment with that knuckleball. He's down low all the game, and now he's trying to make an adjustment, but we'll see what. Oh.
Too low there.
Lost his command.
Josh Gradwall on with a walk. Bases loaded.
For Chase.
Bottom of the first for Chase Winkler.
Let's get a repeat here, maybe. Pad that stat book on here.
Yeah. Chase Winkler had a walk-off grand slam. Final at bat last game. Looks at ball 1. Ball 2, 2-0. Too far inside there to Winkler, and it's now 3 balls, no strikes. Ground ball right back to Rice on the mound. He can't field it cleanly, but is able to get the out on Drew Williams. Saves a run. Good play there from Jordan Rice. 1 away. Bases will remain loaded.
Stayed with the play, made a great play, knocked it down. Good throw to get him at the plate. That was really good heads-up baseball right there. Well, let's see if Brock can break out of his slump here.
Brockman struggling a little bit this season. Forcer's really trying to look to get him going here. Fouls the first pitch off, 0-1. Did not go around there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Knuckleball hits the zone. Good pitch there from Jordan Rice. 1-2, a nasty pitch. A curveball hits Brock Blehaus on the shoulder.
Got his elbow out there, but
too far outside, ball 3. Hits the zone, strike through. Oh, it's too fast on the gun, and the count will remain.
Wow. Catches a break
3-2.
there.
Three and 2 here to Brock Blehaus. 3-2, bases loaded, 1 away in the bottom of the first. The pitch from Rice. Knuckleball is a nasty one, and Brock Blehaus swings and misses for strike 3. 2 outs.
Came up with his best pitch
Bottom
of the
of
day.
first.
In that pretty good spot there. That knuckleball had all kinds of life on it. Late life, hard to hit.
First pitch from Rice is inside. Second pitch is fouled off. Drew Williams 1-1. 1-1, 2 outs, bases loaded in the bottom of the first. Pitch outside from Rice, 2-1. Swing and a miss from Drew Williams. Count is even at 2-2. Knuckleball, swing and a miss from Drew Williams, and Jordan Rice gets out of a bases loaded jam, giving up no runs. No run score in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second, still tied, 0-0. Rice fouls the first one off here in the top of the second.
Starts him off with some off speed, kind of way on his front foot on that one.
1-1 here to Jordan Rice. That's ripped high and deep to center. It's going to stay in the yard, and Brock Playhouse able to hang on for out number 1.
Nice
away.
Nice play. You know, you got to worry about those trees out there. I patted that one last couple months ago just because I think somebody ran into that and got their bell rung, right?
Is yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
that Drew?
Drew Tenzar. Yeah, Drew Tenzar got hit hard on the tree out there.
I thought about taking those trees out, but it's like it's kind of like part of the field now. It's kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody else has the big giant trees in the outfield of their wiffle ball field.
Right. It's definitely a unique part about the AWA field, that's for sure. Ground ball right past Oliver on the mound. Winkler is just not going to have a play. Drew Tenzar's too quick. He's on with a single for the Stingers. Runner on first. 1 out for Peter McNeil. One on, 1 out. Still looking for the game's first run. Ball game. Pitch from Oliver is in there for strike 1, 0-1. That's ripped over down and it hits off the foul pole. Peter McNeil, a 2-run home run to the shortest part of the park, but it all counts the same. Stingers with a 2-run lead here in the top of the second. Big home run there from Peter McNeil. The Stingers take the first lead here in game number 2.
Looks like there's a little discussion down there about what's going on down there, but it looked like in the middle of that square that doesn't have the mesh.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's definitely a home run.
Absolutely a home run off of the foul pole. Shortest part of the park here at AWA Field. Only 78 feet down the line. Barrett Carlo is going to step up to the plate now for the Stingers. Ripped past Chase Winkler over at third. Foul. 0-1 here to Carlo. Carlo holds off there. Does well. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another swing and a miss from Carlo there. 1-2.
That's a tough pitch. Nobody's going to hit that.
It's tough.
He was committed. Ball's moving like 4 feet.
Inside there from Oliver. 2-2. Two and two here to Carlo. The pitch from Oliver gets Carlo to swing and miss at a high fastball. A tough strike out there for Barrett Carlo. 2 away in the top of the second. Cole Blevins up to the plate now for the Stingers.
Yeah, Barrett with a quick look at the radar, hoping that the above 60 would bail him out because that was just an awful swing.
It was. That was difficult. That was difficult. Cole Blevins is going to step in. Nobody on and 2 outs. Blevins looks at ball 1, and it's been a rough going for Cole here so far this season. He's trying to get things turned around, get things started. 1-0 to Blevins. Fouls that one back. Strike 1.
Looks like he's just kind of in between, a little late, a little early. He's got to trying to be on time.
Yeah. 1-1 here to Blevins. Hits the top of the zone. Strike 2. 1-2 now to Blevins. Big swing and a miss there from Cole Blevins. The high fastball again from Jake Oliver for out number 3. 2-run score for the Stingers thanks to a Peter McNeil 2-run home run. They lead it 2-0. We go to the bottom of the second here in game 2. Stingers with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Jake Oliver is a knuckleball from Jordan Rice. Hits the zone, and Rice has just been great with that knuckleball, and he throws it again to Jake Oliver for another strike, 0-2. Tries to throw it a third time, but that hits Oliver on the shoulder. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, Rice.
Little razzle-dazzle.
Trying to fool Oliver there as he's juggling out on the mound before he throws a pitch. Oliver was not fooled.
That's new.
Knuckleball gets Jake Oliver to swing and miss. And Jordan Rice threw 3 amazing knuckleballs in that at-bat to Jake Oliver. That was a tough one for Oliver, and he strikes out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
Looks like he's got that knuckleball kind of dialed in right now, and the enforcers are going to be in trouble if he can keep throwing that pitch for strikes.
Going to be difficult if Jordan Rice is going to continue to throw that knuckleball.
Looks like he's getting a little more confidence. He's throwing it almost exclusively.
Swing and a miss there from Gradwall for strike 1, 0-1. Low and in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count here to Josh Gradwall. The pitch from Rice is another nasty knuckleball. 1-2, and geez, if Jordan Rice is going to be throwing these knuckleballs for strikes like that.
He's feeling it now.
And Gradwall goes around on a pitch that hit him for out number 2. You went around. If it hit him, he definitely went around, so he swung. If it hit the bat, it's a foul ball. Right, if he didn't foul it off, then yeah, but if it hit him, he's out. Yeah, Gradwall went around there on a pitch that hit him, unfortunately. 2 away in the bottom of the second as Winkler looks at a pitch outside. Swing and a miss there from Chase, 1-1.
Yeah, that just dropped right out of the zone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Knuckleball hits Winkler in the head at 2 balls, 1 strike.
Jordan's a real fast worker here. Doesn't need a pitch clock on him. He just, oh, look at that.
Hits the zone. What a pitch there to Winkler.
Hits the frame. Oh, but yeah, this is a pretty good timeout right here. This guy's got to step out and get their timing down.
Full count here to Winkler. The knuckleball is too far outside, and Jordan Rice has been living with that knuckleball. It's connecting pitch after pitch, so I don't blame him, but walks Chase Winkler there. One on, 2 away. Here in the bottom of the second, Brock Blehaus steps up to the plate for the Enforcers. Popped up over to Barrett Carlo at first, and Carlo makes the grab for out number 3. No run score for the Enforcers in the bottom of the second. The Stingers still hold on to a 2-0 lead. We go to the final inning here in game number 2. Jordan Rice up to the plate for the Stingers. Sinker from Oliver is inside. Ball 1-0. Second pitch hits Rice on the shoulder. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss and a big one at a pitch way outside. 2-1 to Jordan Rice. Riser hits the zone. Nice pitch there from Jake Oliver. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now to Rice. Nobody on, nobody out. Rice has been pitching so well here in this game against the Enforcers. Slider hits the zone. What a pitch from Jake Oliver. Gets Jordan Rice for the first out in the inning.
Little backdoor there. That was like just hit the frame on the inside. Looks like he was going to hit him and then just hit the frame. That was a great pitch.
Great pitch from Jake Oliver. Drew Tenzar steps in now for the Stingers.
Drew's had some success today. A lot of ground balls, but he's so quick. He gets down there and beats out gets a base hit.
Big swing and a miss from Tenzar, 0-1. Low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Tenzar. Pitch from Oliver. Just a tad high.
Laid off that. It was good to
2-1 now to Tenzar. Rip the other way. 1 hops the fence as Tenzar rounds first, heads for second, and gets the out on Tenzar over at second. Tenzar.
We're gonna booth.
We're gonna go to the booth for a review, but Tenzar was called out at second.
Booth review.
And the call on the field is overturned. He's safe at second, but is called out at home. So Tenzar. Tenzar is called out at home because he did not step on home plate. He missed home plate completely. That's the second out in the top of the third. It's a tough play. Tenzar was hustling. Unfortunately, gets called out at home. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Peter McNeil up to the plate.
Trying to be aggressive. That's good with a 2-run lead. You never know.
First pitch to McNeil is too high for ball 1. Popped up down the first base side into foul territory. 1 ball and 1 strike now to McNeil. One and one, nobody on, 2 away in the final inning. We're in the final inning here in game 2.
Ooh, just missed.
Curveball just misses outside, 2-1. McNeil had a 2-run home run in the last inning. Hit a home run off of the left field foul pole. Shortest part of the park, but it doesn't matter. It all counts the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
62.
Was too fast on the gun, and the count stays at 2 balls and 1 strike.
2-1.
2-1 is the count here to McNeil. Slider is too high and inside. 3-1 to McNeil.
Oh.
Slow riser nicks the outside part of the zone and is the second strike here to McNeil. 3-2. What a pitch from Oliver.
Like slow motion. See what he comes up here.
Pitch to McNeil.
Ooh.
Hit high in foul territory,
Wow, nice
and Drew
play.
Williams is able to make the grab for out number 3. No run score in the top of the third for the Stingers. They lead it 2-0. We go to the bottom of the third here in game 2.
Two to tie.
And if you take a look at your screen right now, you'll notice that we have Fantasy Wiffle Ball, brand new to the AWA this season. Make sure you go to playertrader.net/AWA to play today. Choose your favorite wiffle ball players, plug them into your lineup, and the person with the highest score each week will win prizes. Make sure you go to playertrader.net/AWA to play today. Drew Williams is going to get it started here for the Enforcers in the bottom of the third. Jordan Rice, who's still just rocking the knuckleball, throws it in there for a strike against Drew Williams, 0-1. That knuckleball too far outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh, gosh.
Swing and a miss there at the knuckle of Drew Williams, 1-2. Does well to hold off there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What a knuckleball from Jordan Rice. Strikes out Drew Williams.
I mean, there's a lot of good
First
pitchers
out.
in this league, but if he can throw that like that, I think that's almost unhittable.
Oh, yeah. It's the best pitch in the league by far when Rice is.
I mean, if you go up there just to take and he's hitting this and he's pounding the zone like that, you know, you can't hit it and you can't take it.
And he starts Oliver off with a knuckleball. It's in there again. There's another one just too far.
Missed.
Side 1-1. This Enforcers team is getting some brutal pitches here from Jordan Rice's. That's inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Slider hits the zone. Count is now even at 2-2.
I wonder what he's going to throw right here.
We'll see. Knuckleball gets Oliver to go around for strike 3. 2 away now in the bottom of the third. And the Enforcers are down to their final out. Stingers looking to tie this series up at a game apiece.
You know, you get 2 strikes and you got to protect, and you're not going to hit it. So, I mean, that's just kind of what happened on that last at bat. He had to protect the zone. Oh.
Ground ball past Rice on the
play.
mound. Cole Blevins throws to first, and it's just not going to be in time to get Josh Gradwall. Josh Gradwall keeps this Enforcers team alive here in the bottom of the third, and they get the tying run coming up to the plate, and Chase Winkler with a walk-off grand slam in the last game for the Enforcers.
See if there's a little more magic in that bat. This is a tough matchup, though.
First pitch from Rice hits Winkler on the shoulder. Ball 1, 1-0. Knuckleball's in there. Great pitch from Rice. Rice trying to close the door here on game number 2 and give this Stingers team a 2-0 win. Swing and a miss there from Winkler. Outside pitch.
Down to their last strike.
1-2 now to Winkler.
Oh,
Swing and a miss on the knuckleball, and the Stingers have won game number 2. Final score 2-0. They tie this series up at a game apiece. We'll get game number 3 started here shortly. The rubber match between the Stingers and the Enforcers. Winner will take this series. But what a job there from Jordan Rice pitching in that game number 2. Was having that knuckleball work all game for him and was very effective for the Stingers. Peter McNeil provided the offense with the 2-run home run, and that was a great number 2 for the Stingers.
I wonder who's going to come out for the game 3. I mean, Jordan's available, right? I mean, aren't they going to run him out there?
Jordan is available for game 3. I mean, with him pitching as good as he has been, I would imagine the Peter McNeil is gonna elect to go with Rice for game number 3. We do have Molly Foley on the field, who's with Stingers player Jordan Rice.
Thanks, Mark. Hey, everyone. It's Molly Foley here again, wrapping up game 2 with us. The Southern Stingers now have tied up the series against the Enforcers, and Jordan Rice has helped lead his team to the victory on the mound. And Jordan, it sounds like you're pitching again in game 3.
Yep, I'll be on the mound game 3.
Congratulations on the win, and we look forward to seeing that momentum again in the 3rd game tonight. Although I did see a bit of a trick pitch going on. What was that about?
It's just a little something to throw the batters off in the box a little bit of change of pace, and we'll see if they can hit it, and we'll see if I throw it out there again in game 3.
I was just going to ask, do you think we might see it again?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Awesome, Jordan. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Molly. And you just heard from Jordan Rice, who was effective in that game number 2. We're about to get game number 3 started here between the Enforcers and the Stingers.
Getting ready to start game 3. And we're ready to start. Rubber match right here.
We got Dad and Lad up here.
As Jordan Rice will look at ball 1. One and one count now. Jordan Rice pitched an excellent game 2. He'll be on the mound in game 3.
I think he wanted that swing back. That was...
Despite the Stingers' record this year, and honestly their all-time record, for some reason they've seemed to always have the Enforcers' record as that ball's hit deep back of the wall, and that'll be a single for Jordan Rice. Drew Tenzar will step in now. Runner at first.
Got the shift on.
And that is a dribbler to Josh. Unfortunately, he looks at first before he gets the ball, and Drew Tenzar, who's been hitting dribblers all day, will get to first on that.
Yeah, that ground ball just ate him up. Slow grounders, guys that can run fast, they have no shot.
Peter McNeil steps in. Big story with Drew Tenzar was 2 years ago. The Stingers, as Peter takes a time, Peter traded back the first overall pick to the Pilots, who took DJ Oliver, who's turned into an exceptional pitcher, and took Drew Tenzar with the second overall pick. And some say that that was a bad decision, but they won a World Series last year with an amazing offensive performance from Drew Tenzar. Peter McNeil, always a swing first type of player. 0-2 count right here. Averaged down a little bit, but he has had a home run today. And that's a hard hit ball. Brock Blehaus can't make the play. Oh, that's a hard hit ball. We'll see how they score it. But honestly, the power that came off that hit looked like there was no shot for any play to be made. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it goes with Brock Blehaus. You can see why Brock Blehaus is normally on the sideline as a DH. As that ball is going foul, it'll stay foul. One of these days we might have to put together a highlight reel of all the plays Brock has made.
It might be pretty short.
I'm trying to think of one. Maybe like he caught a ball at first or something.
Who is? Oh.
We just call it how we see it. Barrett Carlo steps in here with the 1-1 count. Base is loaded, big spot. Just misses. Nasty pitch right there, 2-2 count.
Ooh.
And there's a little knuckle right there from Josh Gradwell on a base loaded jam. Remains 2-2 as we look at the sixth pitch of this at bat.
Thinking Barrett wish he had that pitch back. Didn't do much with that one.
Got him, strike 3, and that is a big strikeout there from Josh Gradwell, who needs it big time. Not normally a type of pitcher that sees himself in a bases loaded jam. One out to Cole Blevins. 0-1 count now on the swing. Cole unfortunately had one of the uglier strikeouts we've seen in game 2. As the ball was behind him when he decided to swing. Inside there, 2-1. And with a pitcher like Josh Gradwell, who's normally dialed in, Stingers are doing a good job to stay patient. That kills the photographer on the sideline. Nails him. Maybe he didn't like the photos that were being taken of him, so a little redemption there. Froze him there, strike 3, and Josh Gradwell strikes out the Stingers back to back. But the order will flip over now to one of the best hitters on the Stingers, Jordan Rice, who singled in his first plate appearance here in game 3.
See if Jordan can help himself out. I know he's starting game 3.
And that's in play to the pitcher, and he will throw it home. Josh Gradwell does amazingly to get out of a bases-loaded jam with no outs, and we're headed to the bottom of the first, score 0-0. And here we go, getting ready to start. The bottom of the first inning, ball 1. 1-1 now to Drew Williams, who had an amazing year last year. 16 home runs, top 3 in the league. That's 2-1 count now. It's a nasty pitch right there. Jordan Rice. Got a 2-2 count. Does not go. Full count now. Drew Williams does well to lay off ball 4. There'll be a runner at first here. We got to see if that'll come back and haunt the Stingers if they had a bases loaded first inning with no outs and were unable to score even 1 run. Jake Oliver steps in, currently tied for first in home runs this year. Ball 1. Two and 0. Surprising that Peter McNeil did not come out to pitch game 3. He didn't pitch poorly. He just had that one mistake that ultimately cost him the game. It was a walk-off grand slam from the man sitting on deck.
You think they decided to go with the hot hand with Rice throwing that knuckleball for strikes and missing a lot of bats? I think he was the good choice for starting game 3. Although he seems like he's struggling with the zone right now.
That'll be a back-to-back walk for Jordan Rice. And stepping in, Josh Gradwall, the pitcher, who got out of the full bases loaded first inning, and we'll see what he can do here. Wearing the mic here today. A little fluffy ball. Does well to lay off the knuckleball. 1-0. And that's a hard hit ball. We'll see if anyone's there. Drew steps on second. Great job there. That'll be out of play. 1 base will be awarded. So Drew Gradwall will advance to second base. Josh Gradwall, will advance to second base and score a run for the Enforcers. Score now 0-1. The out at second base will count, though. And that's just really unfortunate for the Stingers, as that ball was just barely overthrown. Swing in there, and Chase Winkler, the hero so far today for the Enforcers, had the walk-off grand slam. A little swing happy here. And that's in play. It might just be in no man's land. And Cole Blevins was not at first fast enough. Drew Tensar looked like he might have had a play, but Cole wasn't there. Brock Playhouse steps in.
All right, big spot here. He's due. Let's see what he can do.
Just
laid
low.
off that.
That is a rocket. Little excited there.
That might have been one of the hardest hit balls we've seen in a while.
Just inside, 2-1 count. Brock has his patented fixed ring and bracelet maneuver he does before every at-bat. Oh, gosh. That ball is absolutely destroyed. Foul. Brock once again. Jordan Rice knows that he can throw a slow pitch there and Brock will swing.
That was 2 neighbors over. These yards are an acre big, and that was 2 neighbors over.
Just missed.
Well, that's a little success there. You got to take that. Little, you know, take
Baby
that.
steps there. Just don't hurt your team here. Now base is loaded.
1 out.
Drew Williams will step in. Nix the zone. Strike 1.
Is that no pitch?
And that is in the gap. 1 comes in, 2 come in, and that's a stand-up double for Drew Williams, who's starting to get into the swing of things here.
Yeah, because we can't see it unless we look up at the.
And that's a big at-bat there to score 2 runs, score 3-0 now. Enforcers. And there's that knuckle.
Yeah, that ball had a lot of carry on it. A lot of not top spin, but backspin. It was almost floated out of here.
0-2. The league leader in home runs, Jake Oliver. Got him, strike 3. And that is a big strikeout for Jordan Rice. He does have a base open at first, but I don't think he wants to load the bases again. Josh Gradwell looking for his first home run. Looks at a pitch there. 55, 1-2 count now. Two and two on here, 2 outs. Jordan Rice spikes it there. Now full count. Full count. And a big pitch coming up here for Jordan Rice and Josh Gradwell.
Looks like Jordan might be getting a little tired.
We'll see how the Stingers approach this with Peter still available.
He's throwing a lot of pitches.
And he does go around, and that is unfortunately one of the uglier swings we've seen to end an inning. But nonetheless, we end the first inning. Jordan Rice gets out of it, and we're headed to the second inning. Getting ready to start the top of the second inning. Josh Gradwell will step in. Brock was trying to see how his pitches were going there. He's calling on his captain to see if he can get a couple throws into this game. We'll see if they let him with a close 3-0 lead. Got to imagine you got to keep your ace in there.
I should get about a 5 or 8 run lead.
Drew Tenzar will step in now. The second overall pick from a year ago. And that's in play. And
that's kind of why he was the second overall pick. He contact hitter, gets the ball on the ground and runs really well. You're not going to catch him.
Kind of his MO here in today's game. He is a power hitter, but today he just had a lot of dribblers down the third base line.
Padding that average stat.
Average stat has been evasive for the Stingers almost every year in the league. It's a 1-1 count. Peter McNeil, his first game without his brace since the injury.
I think he just left it at home. Hopefully he doesn't spin his knee out on this.
Well, don't be saying stuff like that. 2-1.
Like maybe Peter.
Swing in there, 2-2 count now. The runner at first, no outs here in the top of the second inning. And that ball is deep, and Brock Playhouse makes the catch just underneath it, Peter McNeil. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Josh Gradwell looks like he's starting to find the zone here in inning 2. But Barrett Carlo, big average guy for the Stingers, hitting in the 400s here in the front half of the season. We'll see what he can do here. It's a strike right there, 0-1.
quickly behind.
Got him. Strike 3. That's a 1-2-3 at bat right there for Barrett Carlo. And up steps Cole Blevins. Right down the middle. 0-1. We'll see if Cole can turn around his luck here. Normally the sure-handed first baseman for the Stingers, but he's struggled a bit here in this season. He's swinging right there over the top. 0-2. Just low. 1-2 count. Just missed again. Cole does well to lay off that screwball. 2 outs, 2-2 count here in the top of the second. Inside now, full count as they reload on balls. Captain Jake Oliver helping out his team's ace here in the shutout. We'll see what Cole Blevins can do right here. Talking to his captain, Peter McNeil. Trying to get any inside information they can on Josh Gradwell. Goes strike 3. It looks like Cole Blevins was going regardless, and that will end the top of the second. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. Still remains 0-3. And we are getting ready to start the bottom of the second inning. The Stingers have had their opportunities, but unfortunately have not been able to capitalize. And they remain 0 runs here in the top or the bottom of the second. Chase Winkler will step in, the hero of game 1 with a walk-off grand slam. So he looks at a knuckle there. Ball 1. That ball is deep and out of here. Chase Winkler continues his power presence. Second home run of the day. And with that, he ties Jake Oliver with 6 home runs. He came in today saying he was going to tie his teammate Jake Oliver, and he's done so today. Tied for the league lead, 6 home runs with Alex Harden of the Western Wolfpack. The score now is 4-0. Brock Blahouse now steps in. Hits him there, ball 1. 2-0. 3-0. Brock walked in his last plate appearance. See what he does here. Looks at that nasty knuckle, 3-1. Another disgusting knuckle, full count now. Reload on balls here. We'll see what Brock can do for the Enforcers. Jordan Rice has worked a lot of full count situations. Oh, here we go. He's going for the juggle throw, and he throws, and that ball is popped out of play. Peter McNeil, unfortunately, can't get it. If there was ever a time to go for the juggle strikeout, that was the time, but it will remain full count. See what he does here. Oh, and he goes right back to it. Love it. And it'll be a walk. An unfortunate walk again for Brock Blahouse, but he still gets on base. Drew Williams will look at the booth. Call in the field is safe. There was a bit of a juggle there from Drew Tenzart. He will be safe on the field. Brock's talking some crap out there to Drew Tenzart, second base. Runners on first and second now. Ball one. And that ball is absolutely
Holy
destroyed.
cow.
And Jake Oliver says, Chase Winkler, you're not taking the home run title from me. I'm going right back on top. And now the sole home run leader is last year's Silver Slugger, Jake Oliver, with 7. 7-0 is now the score, and the Stingers are looking to add a new pitcher. We'll see if it's Drew. Tenzart stepping in there, trying to work on some pitches as we take a break. Here we go, getting ready to start the bottom of the second with no outs. The Enforcers have already scored 4 runs here in the rubber match of this inning. 7-0 is currently the score. And unfortunately for the Stingers, they've had bases loaded situations with no outs and unable to capitalize.
Looks like they got Brock warming up in the bullpen there.
There is a first pitch strike from Drew Tenzart. Drew Tenzart, the righty. He's a lefty batter. He's got 2 pitches, but 1 pitch he'll throw primarily, and that's the slider. And then right there, he'll drop down. He looks at a 2-2 count to Josh Gradwell. Does not go full count.
Has he pitched much this year?
This is his first start. And that barely misses for a leadoff walk. But Drew Tenzart, this is his first appearance. He's had a few appearances in last year. A little bit of higher ERA. So you look at Brock, that ball is in play and caught from Cole Blevins, does well. Chase Winkler disappointed there, but you can't do it all. Brock Blehaus thrown in the bullpen. Comes to step in facing Drew Tenzart. He was talking some smack earlier at second base after Drew made an error, and we'll see how this at-bat turns out. He's talking a lot of smack. 2-0. See, Brock is not swung as much as we're used to seeing here. As I say that, his... And that ball is just foul again. Peters does well to track all the way over there, but unfortunately it's just out of play. 2-2 as Drew waits for his shortstop to get back onto the field.
There's a lot of holes over there. I wish Peter wouldn't run that fast out there.
Full count now to Brock Blehaus against Drew Tenzart, his arch enemy. That'll be low. Brock Blehaus has walked in 3 straight plate appearances. Maybe got a message from his team. If you're not hitting it, don't swing.
Trying to get that on base.
There's Brock talking. He's
got that swag back with 3 walks.
That'll be a ball low, Drew Williams. 4 runs have come across in this inning. If 2 more score, that will end the inning, the 6-run cap. Drew's starting to swing here, and big story for the Enforcers at the start of the year was their inability to get on base. Had the worst team average. As that's in play, Cole knocks it down, and he's looking home. Cole's throwing, safe. We'll get 1 extra base, and that will end the inning on the overthrow.
That's right
Is it
there.
not? Oh, I can't see it.
He wants to bat.
Okay. No, if it's passed, then it's passed. And that will end the inning. 6-run inning there. 9-0 as we're headed to the top of the third. And we got Brock Blehouse stepping in a save situation. He's got a 9-run lead. And honestly, this is probably the most unsafe 9-run lead I've ever seen with Brock Blehouse coming in. Looking at his pitch repertoire, he's got an overhand slider, underhand sinker.
Neither of which.
He does have the lowest career hits per 3. And that's because he's usually about 5 feet away from the zone, as you can see with that practice throw. Oh, boy.
Nick LaRouche.
Hey, Josh, give him the mic. Give him the mic.
Who?
Brock.
Yeah. It'll be.
And Brock Blehouse apparently doesn't need to wear a hat. He needs to show off his flow as he gets mic'd up here. Bottom of the third. Enforcers 3 outs away.
I don't know if there's a big enough hat to stuff all that hair in.
And we're ready to go. Strike one. Enter Sandman, Mariano Rivera in the game. 2-1. And although in the MLB a 3-run game would only constitute a save in the AWA, any change of pitcher in the third inning,
you get a save.
You'll get a save, but he's still got a long way to go. And that ball is just foul.
Wow.
Full count.
Hanging slider there.
His velo's a bit down. Full count here. And there is the signature walk from Brock Blehouse there. 1 batter on.
I wonder how long of a leash they got Brock on before they probably 3 runs.
Say right when the tying run gets to the plate, they got to make a change. Right down the middle to Drew Tenzar. He does go 0-2. 0-2 count. Oh, he whips out the knuckle. A pitch we haven't seen from Brock Blehouse. Just high. And honestly, the biggest fear for the Stingers is
base runners.
I was going to say they do not want to strike out from Brock Blehouse. That is the ultimate zing. Got him. Strike 3 and Brock Blehouse. Talking some smack to Drew Tenzar. A little rivalry brewing right there. And Brock gets the hardest out to get in the AWA, the first out of the inning. Save the ball, he says. We'll put that aside. Brock's first K in 2023. It's against Drew Tenzar. We'll see what he does with that ball. Maybe makes Drew sign it or something. Peter McNeil now steps in. Must be licking his chops right here. Ball 1.
Ooh.
1-1 count on a sweeping slider right there from Brock Blehouse. Swing in there, and you got to admire Peter just wants to hit. 1-2 count. And that's a foul ball. Inside now, 2-2 remains the count. Full count now. Brock works another full count against Peter McNeil. Peter McNeil fights it off. A battle brewing right here.
It's a good pitch.
So we look at the 8th pitch of this at-bat. And that's in play. No one's there. And Jordan Rice is going. He'll be tagged out at third. What a play from Jake Oliver to get Jordan Rice at third. Peter will advance to second. Scored a single, but an out. Brock Playhouse does well to get the second out of the inning, and now he finds himself and here we go. Barrett Carlo and the Stingers find themselves down to the final out of the game. Barrett does well to lower that bat. So everyone in the AWA knows. Brock in a little while here, 3-0. Might have been a courtesy right there. That ball is nowhere near the zone, but Barrett's swinging regardless. And that's another good pitch right there from Brock. Full count. Brock's thrown a lot of pitches here in the 3rd inning. Ooh. And that'll be a walk for Barrett Carlo, and up steps Cole Blevins, who struck out unfortunately in his last at-bat. Brock Playhouse
got a little bit of a swag back, looks like.
Cole's asking Brock what he's going to pitch him. Brock tells him fastball. Whoa, soccer. We'll see if Brock adheres to Cole's wishes here. So the Stingers still need some help here in the 3rd inning. Kind of feel like Cole was lied to there.
Stingers need runs and base runners, and lots of them. Getting a little bit wild, little loose.
You can just see the entire Enforcers team just looking at Brock.
Ooh.
Nice pitch right there. 2-2 count. Stingers are down to their final strike. Brock Playhouse does it. Strike 3. And the Enforcers take game 3, and they'll secure the series 2-1. Series over, and they give Brock a big hug right there. He does a scoreless 3rd inning, something we didn't think we'd see here, and that'll do it for Week 5 of the AWA. We're officially more than halfway through the season. Week 6 will kick off Monday next week. And then after Week 6, we will have the All-Star Game in conjunction with the All-Star Game in Seattle and the MLB this year. That'll do it for Jack Playhouse and Tom Playhouse. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Good night.
We're out.